that sequence actually turned out way better than I thought it would, because like me and Amanda, we shot that in like 22 minutes in our apartment this morning, and I spent like 2.5 hours editing that sequence together, but I think it turned out really good. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how I shot all the different clips that you saw in the sequence, and then we're gonna do a like quick editing breakdown of that whole sequence so that you can get an understanding of how I edited that sequence together. And the reason that I wanted to shoot a video like this was because I wanted to show you guys that you can take anything in your everyday life and make it look really epic and really cinematic with basically nothing except for a camera. And I also got really inspired by Daniel Schiffer and his video that is called How I Shoot Epic Handheld B-Roll, which is a really good video, and you should definitely check that out after this one. But before we jump into that, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video. If this is your first time watching me, then you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button, because that'd be appreciated. Let's jump back to the kitchen, eh? I'm gonna use manual focus for this and have the focus peaking setting turned on in the camera so I can see where my focus is. And I'm gonna shoot at 120 frames per second and 1/200th on the shutter speed. All right, so it's gonna be like 1,000 or something like that. I'm also gonna use the size 1635 for this entire shot. All right, perfect. Den känns bra. Snyggt. Då ska vi egentligen bara lägga in och swipa in så. Nu ska jag följa din hand när du tar det grepp. Nu kör vi här. Så. We only got one shot when we're gonna crack the egg. And the plan is that we're gonna follow Amanda's hand down as she's cracking it, and we'll only get one shot on this because we only have one egg, but hopefully it will work. One shot. Hoppas att det blir bra. Så. I think that's good. Okay, so that was like a 22-minute shoot, and now I'm gonna jump into the editing process to see how it looks. So in the editing process, there's a whole lot of things going on to make the sequence look the way that it actually looks. And I'm playing around a whole lot with the speed ramps, with the sound effects, and with the keyframing of the clip as well, so you can change the scale and the position of the clips, which is kind of cool. So I thought I'd give you like the overview breakdown to each individual clip to show you what I've done to it, and so that you can make something similar yourself. So in the first clip, I've done some slight adjustments to where the actual clip is moving. So as you can see here, as Amanda's hand is moving up towards the fridge, I'm actually moving the clip upwards as well. And as you can see, like the clip is not moving across the cinematic bars that I've added. And the reason that I wanted to have the cinematic bars on a clip like this, or a sequence like this, is that I wanted to have the ability to move the actual clip up and down without losing any kind of resolution or introducing any kind of black. So if I were to remove the black bars, then you can see that the clip is actually moving up and down instead. But if we introduce the black bars again, you can see that nothing is happening. So it does like fake this camera movement because you can't see that the actual clip is moving. So I got the clip moving up towards Amanda's hand, and then it plays down slow, and then we got the fast speed ramp going on here until the next clip. And what is cool with this clip is that I actually played that in reverse. So the first clip was Amanda like reaching for the fridge, and then as she opened it, I wanted to have a seamless transition of her opening the fridge. So what I needed to do was I needed to shoot that in reverse. So it started out with Amanda looking into the fridge, And then as she was closing the door, I was swiping out to the left. So when I play that in reverse, it actually looks like a seamless transition to Amanda opening the fridge door, which is kind of cool. And this clip, I basically didn't do that much with the keyframing except for just jumping in on Amanda's eyes. Like right there, I just increased the scale of the clip between like 2 or 3 frames. And in the next clip where Amanda is reaching for the egg, you can see that there's a lot more going on with this here. And it starts out with the clip being as is, but then it's like moves down slightly, and then I zoom in on Amanda's hand as it goes. And then I move the clip back up again, and as we move back, I also zoom out so it gives a like bigger effect to the actual zoom. And in the end of this clip, I added a draw mask as well. So as you can see here, the draw mask is revealing the clip that is underneath with Amanda that has the frying pan. And if we jump to that clip, it starts at zoomed in at 137%, but then it zooms out as I move towards the frying pan, and that is like basically a like inverted vertigo, I guess. And then we have the shot where Amanda cracks the egg towards the frying pan, and here we got a lot of different things going on. So it starts out with Amanda holding the egg, the clip is zoomed in on Amanda's hand, and then I move the clip. You can see that I'm actually moving the clip to follow Amanda's hand, and this is done completely without any kind of plugins, but I move the clip to follow Amanda's hand and then slams down. And here I also added the handheld effect to make it shake a little bit when it actually like slams to the rim of the frying pan. And as it continues, it zooms out on the clip, and then as the speed ramp comes, we zoom in on the egg once again, and then it goes slow. And in the next speed ramp, we zoom out on the clip, and that is it for that clip. So in the next clip, it's just a detailed shot of the egg actually being fried, and then we have a speed ramp here at the end. And I also tried to match the like downwards pan when I did the next shot. So like if I was panning down and we had some white there, then I want to have some white to start the next shot, because then you can just make a seamless transition with that in Final Cut Pro. So if you look at that back, you see that it kind of looks seamless. So in this clip, we have the clip moving upwards a little bit. So again, the cinematic bars help us do that. So it moves upwards, and then speed ramp, and then slow, and then speed ramp again, and then it plays back slow. Then at the end here, we got a speed ramp transition until the next clip, which starts regularly, and then it slowly starts to zoom in on the egg, and there's your payoff, the final meal. So the first thing that I usually do is trying to find a piece of music that I think fits together with the footage that I've actually shot. So in this case, I went onto Artlist to get the music that I wanted to have. Then I edited the whole sequence, matching the keyframing and the speed ramping and the scale to the music so that it feels like it gets a lot of better flow. And when that is done, that is when you want to add in the sound effects, because the sound effects gives your video a whole other depth to make it feel way more epic than it actually is. And what I usually do is that I mute the music and then I add in the different sound effects that I want to have in the video. And if you play it back just with the sound effects, it actually sounds really, really good. So when I'm done with the editing, the sound effects and the music, then the final thing that I usually do to a sequence like this is that I do the color grading, because everything is shot in a really flat color profile. In this case, S-Log 2, and that really needs some color grading. Otherwise it will look like this, which is not good. So personally, I'm using Cinemagrade, which is amazing. And if you want to buy it, I'm going to post a link below. If you're a Mac user, it doesn't work on Windows, unfortunately, but it's a really good plugin, and like you can literally tweak every single thing to make it look the exact way that you want it to look. And you know, when the color grading is done, the sequence end up looking like this. Thank you so much for watching. Really hope that you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much Daniel Schiffer for giving me the inspiration to do one of these myself. And if you liked it, do give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, because that'd be really appreciated. Until next time, take care.